Welcome to State Insurance USA Cares podcast, where we celebrate the heart of our communities. Each episode, we highlight local charities and nonprofits who are bringing hope, help, and healing to those who need it most. Get ready to be inspired by the amazing stories of people making a difference, because together, we care.
Well, welcome to State Insurance Cares, the charitable giving arm of State Insurance USA. I'm Gail Langner, and today we are highlighting the Caloosa Humane Society in LaBelle, an organization that's dedicated to rescuing animals, finding them loving homes, and educating our community about responsible pet ownership. Today, joining me is Executive Director Erin Hitsman. Thank you, Erin, for joining us.
Thank you, Gail, for having me. I appreciate this so much.
Well, we're excited to have you on today. When you and I talked on the phone, I already can tell you totally love what you do. What brought you to the Caloosa Humane Society?
So, long story, kind of. I worked in the zoo world for 20 years. So my degree is wildlife conservation biology, and I started out as a zookeeper a million years ago. For maybe 5 years or so, parrots and primates, and then I went into the administrative side of it. So I've done everything that you can imagine with development and fundraising and marketing and volunteer management and event management, all the things, right? So worked in the zoo sector, nonprofit sector for about 20 years. And then I had a parrot rescue. I had my own 501c3.
Wow.
Been really involved in all of the exotic side of things, right? And a lot of the wildlife, domestic, not dogs and cats, but the wildlife that actually lives in your backyard type of thing.
Okay.
And then I left and I went into real estate, became a real estate broker, and my husband's a contractor. We were doing our own thing. And then I was like, I need to volunteer. And so I decided to volunteer at the Caloosa Humane Society, and then it turned into a little bit more than volunteering.
I should say so. Executive Director, I would say so. It turned into a little bit more.
Once they figured out my background, and it happened to be what they needed at the time, and I didn't know that it's what I needed at the time, it ended up being a really good marriage. And so here I am.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, tell us about the Caloosa Humane Society.
So Caloosa is, it's a small humane society. We are no kill. We have, at any given time, we probably have about 70 to 80 animals on site. So we've got 26 large dog runs, and then we've got 13 giant dog yards outside for the dogs to go run and play in. We have 4 commingled cat rooms, and so we typically have about 40 cats at any given time, where you can come in and you can interact. You can sit in the cat rooms and play with the cats and get to know them. So we also have a cell dog program. So we have a partnership with the Moorhaven Correctional Rehab facility, GEO, and they have about 8 dogs in the cell dog program at a certain time that the residents there, they do a training program. And so the resident does 1,920 hours of service of training, and they get their master dog certification training certification. And then the dog gets their Good Canine Citizen CGC certification in the program. So that makes the dogs more adoptable. And it also allows us to take more animals in, and we don't have to hold those kennels for those animals. We can adopt them out through the prison.
That's incredible. How's that working? Is it working well?
It's pretty cool. We started it last year when I came in. I started in January of 2025, and I think we started that program in April last year. So this is we just had our second graduation. We're on our 3rd class of dogs. So it was kind of a trial and error getting it started on their side and on our side, but we're getting better at it. We're learning as we go. One of our board members is a AAKC trainer, and so she helps them with some of the programming, and she tests the dogs out and the trainers out at the end of the program when they think the dogs are ready. Sometimes the animals get adopted before they graduate, and then we roll new dogs in there. So it just kind of we just it's a great program, and we're excited about it, and we're still figuring it out as we go, but it's awesome for the residents, and it's amazing for the dogs. It's a win-win for everybody.
I can see it would be. That sounds like an incredible program. Really, it does. Do you do other animals besides dogs and cats? Do you ever get anything else there?
We really don't. We're open to it. If we had the veterinarian come in and work with us. If that vet happened to be a large animal vet or a small animal, exotic bird, whatever, okay, we can open our clinic practice up, and we would be willing to open up the Humane Society on a different level. But since we don't have that specialty medicine in our clinic, it makes it really difficult to actually take those animals in from a Humane Society standpoint. So we stick to dogs and cats because that's what we know, and that's what we're able to medically treat.
Right, and that's good too. I mean, Kentucky Fried Chicken sticks to chicken, and that's what, when you do it well, you do it well. So you have a vet side then, of a
And
clinic, right?
we have a vet clinic. Yes, yes, ma'am. So we're about 2 streets down. We're not on the same campus, but very close to each other. We do have our own veterinary clinic, and it is one organization. It is one bank account. It is one everything. So it's all the same umbrella. The board of directors and myself are over both sides of it, and so everything that happens at the vet clinic supports our shelter directly. So every dollar that goes in from you taking your dog or cat there for a wellness visit or a surgery, whatever it is, every bit of revenue goes directly to our shelter.
Yeah.
And that's our greatest revenue generation source other
I
than our
can
fundraisers.
I can see why it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know, of course, obviously people can volunteer. How are there different, I'm assuming they can volunteer. Are there
Yeah.
different volunteer positions that you would have available there?
There are, and we are, so we're slowly really building our volunteer program. We don't have a true volunteer manager. We don't have a lot of those management positions. So it's, slow rolling to make sure that it's successful, but we do have volunteers that help us clean on a daily and regular basis. We are starting a dog walking program with the volunteers. We really, want to get that kicked off and get the dogs walked on a regular basis with a big group of volunteers. So yeah, we do have people that help us at events. We have people that help us regularly for cleaning. Absolutely. So and I can use administrative volunteers. We've got volunteers that can help us in different capacities depending on your skill set and your desire. So
Okay, that's
sure.
wonderful. You brought up events.
Yep.
So, do you have a fundraising events that you do? Are there?
Do. So actually our annual gala, it is the Love Unleashed Gala, and it's October 10th this year. It's going to be at the LaBelle Civic Center. It's $100 a ticket. We have a lot of sponsorships available. We're just now rolling out those packets and sending those out to our sponsors and potential sponsors. And so it is our 25th anniversary for the organization. So our theme is silver and black for the 25th anniversary. So yeah, our annual gala is our biggest annual fundraiser that we do, and it is this October. We also have a 5K that we do every February, along with the Swamp Cabbage Festival. It's our Swamp Stomp, and we have about 500 runners that participate in that. We have about 300 people that come to our annual fundraiser for the gala. And then we do work on some smaller things throughout the season. We just did a bingo fundraiser partnership. We've got a few other little partnerships that we do and small integrated fundraisers. And we're working on building that side of things. But right now we've just got our 2 really big main fundraisers that we do.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And that's really good. Would you send me the sponsorship information?
Absolutely.
Would you send that to me?
100%.
Okay, that's
Sure,
great.
definitely.
So, can people donate supplies or
Always.
food, or
Yes.
are there things that you need that I
All
know
of the
that,
above.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
during
for sure.
those cold times, I noticed that you really needed blankets and things. So, what kinds of things could people donate? Could they just come and drop them off, or?
Absolutely. So dog, cat, kitten, puppy. We especially during kitten and puppy season, we always need kitten and puppy food. We need some of the neonate kitten milk replacer bottles. We need bleach is is so expensive. Bleach has
Sure.
gotten crazy. So that's bleach and Dawn dish soap. Cleaning supplies are things that we can always use. We definitely can use, leashes and collars, and the big industrial like Coranda makes these really amazing dog beds. They're very expensive. So if
I've
somebody
never
wanted to
heard of
contribute,
them. Coranda?
they're a couple $100 per bed,
Okay.
but they're really industrial, and they're very heavy duty. So for the kennels, they're amazing beds for the dogs that they can't really chew up and destroy. And they're made of different, like either aluminum or sometimes really heavy duty PVC, depends on the bed, and different sizes. So even the fluffy dog beds, we use all of those for the dogs and the cats, cat toys, dog toys, all of that stuff. We can use any of those donations. They can be distributed. You can bring them straight to the vet clinic or the shelter. You can have them delivered through Amazon or Chewy. There's, any kind of avenue you can absolutely, we can do. If anybody in town wants to do a collection box, we were just talking about this last week. I want to start putting collection boxes out there. I'll come pick them up. If you want to have a collection box at your office, we would love that. So absolutely, we can use donations.
That's
Cash
wonderful.
donations, medical supplies. We are always,
Right.
any type of donation we can.
And if somebody
always
wanted
use
to
it.
donate cash, they could do that on your website, right?
100%. We've got PayPal links on our website. We can accept checks. We do not receive any federal, state, or local funding. We don't get any governmental funding whatsoever. So everything that we do comes directly from donations, fundraisers, and the revenue that we are able to create through our vet clinic. So yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
That's good to know.
Every dollar helps save lives, and that we appreciate every dollar that we get because we work very hard for everything that we do.
Right. I can imagine what it would be like, or maybe I can't imagine what it would be like to have, you and I talked about Carl, your Bernese mountain dog, to have an animal come in that has not been treated properly, but to watch them grow and go off to live in their forever home. Do you have a favorite story or anything?
We have some. So Carl that you're speaking of, he came in maybe last week before. He had a chain embedded into his neck, and so we had to actually cut it off with a grinder. And he is about 60 pounds underweight. So at his age, he's only a year and a half. He should be about 130 pounds, and he's 71 pounds right now. So he's got to go through a lot of nutritional development there. But otherwise, he's doing great. I'm really surprised. You would think that an animal would have a broken spirit like that coming in, but he's really an amazing animal. He's going to make a great pet for somebody. We have a lot of really crazy stories. And last year, I would say we took in what we call broken dogs. We took in quite a few broken dogs. Because we're afraid that if we don't take them in, that they're just going to get euthanized, and we'd rather give them a chance if we can.
Yep.
So we've taken in quite a few that have been hit by cars or gunshot, different tragedies that have happened. The little dog that I just adopted, he is a border collie, and he was shot, and we had to amputate his leg. So I was like, okay, he's coming home with me.
Good for you.
He's my newest little baby, but we do what we can for as long as we can with all of them, and they're just amazing creatures, and you never know what they've been through before we get a hold of them. We've got a German Shepherd right now. Her name's Naya, and she was owner relinquishment, but she was, super skinny. She was skeletal when we got her.
No.
No hair. No meat on her bones whatsoever, heartworm disease. So we've had her for probably, I'm going to guess 8 or 9 months, because we've had to build her up so much before we could even do heartworm treatment, because she was so sick. And now she's got this amazing coat of hair. She's gorgeous. She's ready for adoption. She just finished her heartworm treatment. She looks amazing. It's really, really cool to see them actually become. We were able to let her run in the yards the other day, because they can't run around too much when they have heartworm or it's too much stress on their heart. And she loves running. She's so excited. She's the sweetest girl. So it is very cool to see them grow up and actually, become a dog and experience life. For sure.
Well, I'm excited to come and do the check presentation with you. And like we spoke earlier before the podcast started, that I have a few of my team members want to come along, which I'm
wonderful.
I'm glad it's okay with you that I bring them.
Yeah,
with me. So,
the more the merrier.
Oh, well, I'm thrilled to meet you, Erin, and thank you for all you do. I am a pet advocate and a dog mom forever, and it breaks my heart to hear the stories, but it also warms my heart to know that there are people like you out there that are really doing the right thing. I love the fact that you're a no-kill shelter. I love that. So again, how would they, if they came to donate, what's the address that they would come?
Yeah, Gail, our shelter is 1200 Pratt Boulevard in LaBelle. It's 33935. And the shelter's open every day, 7 days a week from noon to 4:30. If you need to come earlier, you can always make an appointment. And our staff is there. They're just usually busy cleaning and they go
Sure.
to lunch from 11 to 12. So nobody's there between 11 and 12. But prior to that, if somebody has to come earlier, by all means, we just, if we know that you're coming, we'll let you in. But we're there every day from 12 to 4:30. The vet clinic Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And that's at 1050 Commerce Drive. So we can accept donations at either place. You can come meet the animals every day from 12 to 4:30. Come sit out and hang in the cat rooms. Come meet a dog or a few dogs. We can schedule meet and greets. If you have a dog already and you want to get a new one, we can schedule a meet and greet with your dog and our dog to make sure that they get along, see how that goes,
Right.
try the family out and make sure it's a good fit before we finalize it. We also do kind of a 10-day foster program so that if you're not really sure if it's going to be a good fit or not, we can try it out for 10 days. And if no harm, no foul, every day out of the shelter is a good day. So if it doesn't work out, they come back and they had puppy camp for a little bit. And then we try to find another home for them. So,
Okay. I was going to ask if there was criteria for that for people to adopt.
yeah, so we're not super restrictive, but we do need to make sure that all your dogs or cats in your household are up to date on their rabies.
Right.
We want to make sure that everybody in the household comes to meet the animal and that it's a good fit there. Not all the time, they may not always be good with kids or men or like certain situations. We just don't always know that. And then if you're adopting a dog and you want to adopt and you have a dog in your household, we would ask that you bring your dog or dogs to meet our dog to make sure that we can make sure that they get along because they don't always get along. So
No, that's a great idea. And my little dog, I mean, he loves everybody, but you know what? There are some little dogs. There's this little black dog on our street, has never done one thing to anybody, never will, and Max does not like him.
you
Well,
never
we don't
know.
know
Sometimes
why.
they have triggers. They can't tell us why.
I know, we don't know
So,
why.
yeah.
Oh
So we do
gosh.
our best to make sure and sometimes 4 months down the road, things have a problem. And we try to help with behavior modification and behavior training. If you have a problem, you can always call us. But yeah, we do everything that we can do to get our dogs into good homes and dogs and cats into good homes and then keep them in the good homes. So,
Exactly. Good.
and then we do about a third of the dogs that we get in have heartworm disease. And so we actually medically treat all of our animals that come in. We do spay, neuter, we do vaccinations. And then if it's a dog that has heartworm, it costs us at least $500 per dog to do that treatment. And we do that and we lose money on that. That's okay because we want it to be a healthy animal going into a home.
Right.
So we do as much medical on them as we can to make sure that they're healthy before they go to their new owners.
Okay. Well, Erin, thank you so much for joining us today. And I know our listeners learned a lot about you. And I know we'll keep our fingers crossed that you'll have tons of donations of money
Yes.
and things that the dogs and cats need. So I appreciate you taking some time to be with me today.
Thank you, Gail. We appreciate you so much. And we look forward to this continued partnership. And I look forward to meeting you on Friday.
Exactly. See you then.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on State Insurance USA Cares. We hope today's story uplifted and inspired you. If you'd like to support or learn more about the incredible work happening in your community, visit stateinsuranceusa.com or call 239-567-9992. You can also visit CaboWaboGym.com. Until next time, be sure to let your sun shine and keep sharing good and positive vibes wherever the waves take you.